come up here? Come on up in front so everybody can see. We changed it on. Can you bring your easel up too? There we go. There we got a strong guy. He can bring it up. He's been working out. Okay. Okay, here you go. Take it away. Hold it up close.
Good day, everyone. I think today is very important for our company. Today's meeting's purpose is to announce big news for everyone. So I think today we have myself and operation leader and HR leader sitting with me, and Larry will be the employee representative for the meeting. So firstly, I would like to thank you about Larry's coordination of our employee request before the meeting. So I think today's agenda and the process, I would like to communicate with you about, firstly, is accompanying sustainable growth for the meeting purpose. And the second, I would like to communicate with you why we would like to change the location to another building. And we still need to keep a social responsibility for change. So I think we can start today's meeting for the communication. So Larry, you can discuss for your request.
I would like to understand.
Come on up. Come up front. Oh, no, right. Stand there in the middle. If you could, please. Thank
you, Stephanie, to invite me to attend this meeting. I collected a lot of employees' questions. First one, I would like to know why corporate decided to have this change. The background, can you let us know the reason corporate need to have this change? If it's not unavoidable.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to. Yeah, we're gonna have the whole team at the once. We need a team camaraderie, you know, esprit de corps, team spirit. So, yeah, there we go. You guys worked hard together, so we want you to see the results.
So, hi. So there you can see our new facility is brand new, and we have our own parking space, and also we can extend our capacity. And also you can see we're so close with our friends like Apple, and
We are
so close with our customers. Apple,
so close to.
So close to our customers like Apple and Banana. And so I think when we relocation, we can create a great future in the, for this relocation. And also you have some concern about the distance between previous and new location.
I showed all employees. Our point is it's the benefits to corporate and the future development. More closer to our customers.
Just closer. You can't have more. More is what, 3-syllable words? 3. Just closer if it's 2. Closer. Like more competitive, more expensive, but closer, faster, better, or okay. Closer, faster, greater. Okay.
However, I would like to know what's the company policy to have the compensation. For instance, some employee, they need to have a more commute time to arrive company to keep their job, and for other people, they may not afford to such a long time
Be able to afford.
not able to
Be-
afford.
Yeah, they may not be able to afford.
Okay, to afford such a long time for commute, they may need to move their house and their children. They need to find the good school to keep the education. I would like to know, Chairman and HR, if we have other good compensation policy.
Okay, as you can see, the new location is in Blue Science Park, and there is a hospital. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes from our office, and it has the school and bank, and also we have.
It takes about 10. It takes.
And we have park near our office.
A park.
A park, and also we have a supermarket, and the new office is quite near downtown, so the location is very convenient, and we will provide our employees with car allowance to move to our new office, and we will provide the moving fees to for you if you want to move to near to our new office, and also we will provide staff option.
It's a okay. I will check with HR for more details, because I have to explain to other employees.
I think today, thanks everyone. I think our proposal is compared to the same fields of companies.
It's comparative to.
It's compared to.
Comparative.
And our proposal is above 75%. So you can be well confident to stay with me continuous. And I need your support, and I need your contribution to continue the business sustainability growth. So I think not only our benefit, but also we have enjoyed free tax for 5 years. And okay, and we continue to mention about close to our customers to continue our business. And I think again, here in I will emphasize again, I need your support and contribution, and enjoy every successful moment with me. Thank you.
Okay. All right, excellent, guys. Oh yeah, it's, this proposal is comparable, I think, or it's competitive. You could say it's a very competitive offer, or it's comparable to. Okay? Last but not least, come on up, guys. Oh yeah, all four. Yeah, let's have the whole team. Yeah, give them some encouragement. Yeah, yay. All right, yay. Yeah, give them some encouragement. Yeah, thank you. Come on up, come on up. Okay, let's get up here. Everybody, we have an esprit de corps. That means team spirit. You know that we use the French word, esprit de corps. Camaraderie and team spirit. Okay, come on. Right, front center, front center.
I'm the narrator.
It's like you're
Again, time goes back to 2014. Integris has merged ATMI, but due to some reason, there are two offices, but due to some reason, the CEO wants to combine the two offices to one office, and the Integris employees have to move to ATMI office. So the company is going to start a communicating meeting to tell everybody why we the company wants to move the office. And in the meeting, there's a CEO who made the decision to move to make the movement. And CEO, he is still waiting. No one's going to change his mind. He made a decision to move the office, and he has been working in the business for 30 years. He has knocked down so many people, stepped on their faces, so he will never change his mind easily. So he just here just tell everyone you have to move. And then we have HR. They're like the vultures hovering in the sky, and hound dog patrolling in the ground. They are going to bite anyone if you don't want to move. And then hundreds of complaining employees, or some of them have questions why we are going to move. The old office is so good. Why? They have a lot of questions. Now let's start the meeting.
Okay, as the CEO of the Integris, I'm here to explain why do we move. I think because right now we are a family now. As a family, so we have to move everybody together in the same building, and we can work closely to help each other success. We can work close together to make the company success in the future. So this is why we have to change. And we expect in the future, after the acquisition, I think our company will become bigger and bigger, and more profitable, and will bring more benefit to our employees. This is why we need to move. Okay. So we later we will have HR to introduce our new office environment, and I believe he has already collected some feedback from the employee, and he will offer a package for the moving moving some package for moving, and also maybe he will spend okay, maybe I let HR to talk about it more.
Like right now, this HR part. From the first of all, I will tell HR collect the employees' concern for less change. The top three concerns is about the traffic and the inconvenience. So for traffic and inconvenience part, we have some new offers for every employee. Just like first of all, we set Integris kindergarten for every employees, and they can take their children to office and to children to employee to kindergarten, and no take extra traffic time to take their children.
You won't take, it will not. It won't take.
Yeah. And the second, Integris will have a new restaurant in our buildings. So our employees only take around 10 minutes to go to the restaurant and eat a good buffet for their lunch. Free charge. So there's a our new offers for every employees. Hope they can accept that choice. That's new trend. Yeah. Now our EHS will introduce the environment, new environment.
Hello everyone, I'm the EHS. You are going to love our new building. I tell you, the old building is too old. It's almost half century. So it's too old, it's dangerous. It's going to break anytime. Now we are happy that we are going to move to the new building. It's a brand new one, and it is resist to, because of the air sealing system, so it is resist to the nuclear weapon or chemical attack. And also the newest fire extinguisher system is so good, so even resist to volcano eruption. And also we have a firefighting water tank underground. It's as big as the Olympic swimming pool, so if you feel hot in the summer, you can go underground to swim. And also there's a helicopter landing lot on the roof. So even if the earthquake, you can take a helicopter and run away. So please feel safe and happy, enjoy the new building. Thank you.
Okay, this comes to the employees Q&A time. I have only one question. I understand that the new building is very nice, very big, very safe, very beautiful, very convenient. I have only one question. Can I work at home as a Soho? Anyone can answer my question?
Well, this is probably is an option we will consider, because we will consider the job description of each group, function group, and we will define who can work at home, and maybe we can also have a flexible working hour. You can go to the office maybe after 9 o'clock to avoid the traffic jam, and maybe we can be earlier, before the 5 o'clock. So yeah, probably it will help employees to shorten the traveling hours. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. We better finish. Yeah, we better finish there. All right. Thank you, short. Do you want to do your closing? Who's our lead? Okay, quickly. Yeah, you quickly give us a closing.
Okay, thank you.
We're just going to close.
Okay, so so now that the CEO has made his mind, so no one is going to change his mind, or he's going to go on and how to say, eat himself. But we must move to the new building to provide good service to our customer and to save company's money, and also for everybody's benefit. And so if anyone has any question, please go to HR.
All right, great. Okay, so guys, we got to move on quickly. We're going to cover a few things on cross-cultural communications, because the world is becoming flatter and flatter. Obviously, you have a lot of interaction with other cultures. I want to talk about some practical things. What are some things you can say? What are some things that you cannot talk about with regard to other cultures? I think we kind of know what are some things you can talk about and some things you cannot talk about. When you're talking with your colleagues or whatever, what are some things that you can talk about, and what are some things you cannot talk about? Can somebody give me some ideas? Yeah. Religion, politics, yeah. Somebody you don't want to talk about. What else? Salary, yeah. We don't talk about that. So things are very private, especially interaction with U.S. counterparts, right? Everyone's very private. We have like a lot of safe talk, right, to begin. So we're going to look at some things that you don't do in other countries. This is kind of funny. So let's watch this, and then we'll discuss it a little more. That was like the middle finger in US. The thumb. They have to give you their couch if you say you like it. Yeah, you guys should know this one. Japan's very close. Your right hand. Argentina, hourly. Selfish. I think you're selfish if you're in Thailand. Philippines? Wow. That was pretty unbelievable, huh? Philippines? Yeah, don't do that in the Philippines. It's only for animals. Did you see that? So you can get arrested, they say. So, yeah, again, let's look at some of the topics we mentioned, a couple. Religion, what was the other? Politics, Sulin mentioned. What else? There were some others here. There's acceptable topics. These are okay, as long as they're kept positive. So we usually begin with what's called safe talk, right? So when you meet someone, you start with kind of like the weather or work or, what do you like to do when you're not working? Open-ended questions are the best. We normally don't say, do you like something? That's a closed-ended question. Does everybody know the difference? What's the difference between an open-ended and closed-ended question? Yeah, right. Which one's that? Closed, right? Closed-ended is what? It has two answers. Yeah, yes or no. So, it's not good to ask somebody, do you like baseball? Like, no. Do you like basketball? No. Do you like hockey? No. So you're just going to be going on all day. Does anybody ever play that game, 20 questions, when you're a kid? Do you ever play that? You try to guess, and you narrow down. If I'm thinking of Abraham Lincoln, and you try to guess, you will say, is he living or dead? Dead. Is he from the west or the east? West. Was he famous? No. So you want to ask an open-ended question. What do you like to do when you're not working? See, you don't need to say, you don't need to, and people will tell you, right? Or what do you like to do for fun when you're not working? That's a good general open-ended question, and they will talk for a long time. You know, so if you have a colleague or counterpart visiting, say, oh, you know, what do you like to do when you're not working? And they will tell you all their hobbies and family. They'll tell you all those things. Okay? So usually, you know, travel, hobbies, sports, headlines, if they're kept positive. You should always read the news. Read the news before meeting someone and have something to talk about. Okay? So that's always a good idea. Yeah, money, we usually don't talk about money. If you're taking a colleague out for dinner and you're treating, we usually say it's my treat or I've got this. We don't usually say I'll pay for this. I mean, it's probably not too bad, but normally we don't mention the word money or pay. We won't say, oh, I'll pay for your dinner. We usually say, oh, I've got this, it's on me. Or we just say, it's all set. It's all set. Yeah, I took care of it. And they're like, what? Oh, I was going to get that. You know? So, you know, in the U.S. it's a little different because we have like the Dutch treat and things like that. So paying is a little different than it is in the East, right? But usually, even with the waitress, we will just say, you know, I'm all set. Because we give a tip in the U.S. It's like a lot, like 15 to 20%, usually 20%. So we don't say keep the change because it sounds kind of bad. Like keep the money. You know, it sounds very negative. We just say, oh, it's all set. I don't need any change. You know, we can say I don't need any change, but it's all set. It's all set. Something like that. We don't usually say I keep the change. But if I'm treating for dinner, yeah, I can just say it's all set. You know, I've got it. Don't worry about it. I've got it. I took care of it. So we normally don't say I paid or, you know, I paid the check because it's mentioning like paying and money, things like that. Okay, so let's look at here again some of the negative things. Religion, sex, politics, money. We want to always keep it positive if possible. You don't want to be that negative person, a downer person. So if you have colleagues visiting, you always want to keep it positive. You know, how was your flight, things like that. But you always want to keep it positive. If they ask you, how was your flight? You might not want to say, oh, it's terrible. I hate to fly, and, you know, it was a bumpy flight, and the meal was not good. You know, usually you don't want to complain, right? You want to keep it lighthearted and, you know, nice, safe talk, all right? And let's see what else here. Of course, health problems, gossip. Now, usually when I ask somebody, and this happens a lot in the East, in the U.S. it's very quick, you know, how was your weekend? You know, if I'm in the U.S., how was your weekend? Great, how was yours? Finished, right? That's usually it. You might, I mean, if you know somebody, you worked with them for years, you might tell them everything you did on the weekend. But normally, maybe you say one thing, you know, hey, it was great, I took the kids to the park. How was your weekend? That's it, right? That's usually it. But here, about in Taiwan, you kind of have the influences from the East and from the West. So you kind of have both here. And I notice some people will still do a little bit of that. Like in China, they'll do it even more. If I say, you know, how was your weekend? They will say, well, on Saturday at 8, I got up and we went to breakfast. And then at 10, we came back, we went to the park. And around 12, I felt kind of sick, so I went to the doctor. And then I came back home at 3 and slept. People will, you know, say, normally we don't tell everything. Or if I say, how's your week going? Oh, it's going great. How's yours? You know, how's your week going? That's it. But here, if I ask somebody, how's your week going, they'll kind of tell me everything they've done all week. So those are some things. We normally just keep it light. You know, hey, great, how was yours? And just ask the same question. It's going great. Hey, I've been very busy, but it's productive. Make it a positive. Make a negative a positive. I've been very busy, but hey, busy is good. I'm getting a lot done. It's been so productive, you know, something like that. Of course, careful about giving advice, your opinion, pregnancy or child rearing. So these can be very sensitive topics. Especially in the U.S., religion, some people take very, very serious. So if you have even counterparts from the U.S. visiting or something, sometimes these things people can take very, very serious. I've lived and traveled all over the world, in like 45 countries, but I even notice it, when I meet other Americans. They take some of these things very, very seriously. So some of them are not so open-minded, and they can get very sensitive if you say the wrong thing about any of these, topics. So very private. When I lived in China, I lived in the middle of China. Shanxi, not Beijing, not Shanghai, not Hong Kong. I lived in the middle. So I get in a taxi, and the taxi, almost every time, this not once, taxi driver will say, what's your job? And tell them, how much money do you make per month? And tell them, are you married? No. Hey, you have children? Do you, where's your house? Do you own it or rent? And this is all in Chinese. I can understand Chinese, because I know all the questions you're going to ask, so it's even easier. Even if they say it in, Sanqi Hua, Xinqi accent, I still know, because I know all the questions. They're about top 10. So how much is your rent? How much is your rent? How much is your... So, they would just ask the whole list of questions. Here in Taiwan, you don't do that, but those, especially America, I got used to it, so it was no problem. So it didn't bother me. But with Americans especially, you've got to be kind of careful on those things as people. So we start with kind of safe talk, and then as we get to know people, then we work up to some of those. Okay? I want to go in a little bit of cross-cultural communications. Low versus high context culture. Now I'll quickly go through this. We do a whole thing on this. High context, usually here in the East and Middle East. Low context, this is just how does it work? What we call application-based. In the U.S., just how does it work? Summarizing, repeating things a lot. Saying explicitly, you're going to do this, and then you're going to do this, you're going to do this. So Americans will tend to do that, right? They summarize, and they send email, they summarize again, tell everyone exactly who's going to do what. Here in the West is more what they call high context language culture. And the cultures that have the most difficulty communicating are high to high, not high to low. Now, if you're a leader, if you're a global leader, and you have half the people from low and half the people from high, then you need to lead and communicate to the low. So that means if you have half of these people on a global team, and you have half of these people from all these countries, you need to communicate down here. You need to summarize, repeat, repeat yourself over and over. Because otherwise, half the people won't understand. Now, this half might say, why are you being so detailed and explicit? But it'll be different, but they'll still understand, right? Okay? And here, these are the 8 aspects of cross-cultural communications. They are communicating, evaluating, leading, deciding, trusting, disagreeing, scheduling, and persuading. So as you can see here, I just have a couple countries, Germany and France, low context. China, Japan, probably Taiwan to some extent over here. Where everyone's equal, egalitarian, you call the boss by the first name. They don't have an office. Countries like Denmark, they have a lot of problem when they move to countries like this to manage. So going from Europe, Denmark, to Russia, or China, people from Denmark, executives have a big problem because they call everybody by first name, they ride their bike to work with them, they give up their their nice office, so people are disrespected, feel disrespected. Oh, he doesn't care about me, he doesn't care about my team, he gave up everything. Confrontational. In France, they can take a lot of criticism. Americans, they don't like criticism, right? So, you know, when they give reports, evaluations in America, they usually give like 99 compliments and the one thing you did wrong. In Americans will focus on the one thing they did wrong, right? Where in France they take, they're able to take the confrontation a little more, and they're able to take the direct negative feedback. Okay, they're able to take that, but in America, they don't like the negative. We call it, a lot of managers try to give the negative, positive, negative sandwich. You know, I'm sorry, positive, negative. They give you a positive, and then they give you a negative, and then they give you a positive. All right, but then a lot of times that doesn't build good trust. It's not a good way to do it. But that tends to be the way. Okay, let's move on. All right, let's have you guys, you're going to hold an audio conference call just quickly. And let's see, we're going to have time to do that? I think we won't have time. So what you can do in your teams, you can do your agenda later. So what you're going to do is you're going to have a team of half the people from a low context culture and half of your team on an audio conference call. So you're going to welcome them, welcome everyone to the call, and you're going to lead to the low context. So everybody take a look. You have what's the purpose and objective of the call, who's on the call. So one of the things you have to remember, the key point is all-inclusive. So people from Japan may not speak up on the call. So you have to go around and say, Japan, I didn't hear from you. I'd like to get your input. India, I didn't hear from you. I'd like to get your input. A lot of you, believe it or not, a lot of global leaders don't do this. They say, oh, well, they didn't say anything on the call, so they had nothing to say. But you have to literally go around and ask everyone on the call, do you have any input? And then you have some phrases, just real quickly. You guys have some audio conference calls. You know, you can say, begin the call. Are we all on? So let's begin. Can I ask everybody to state their names? Say who's here. You may need to ask people, you cannot hear them on the call. Okay? Could you explain that another way? I'm afraid I didn't get that. I'm sorry. I say, you cut out a little bit there. Could I just ask you to please repeat that? So everyone's over the audio conferencing system. Okay? And then introducing your topic. Some of those things are similar to a regular meeting, but they're a little different on an audio call. So look through your phrases. Make plans. Did you exchange information to meet with your teams? Okay, and then we'll finish with what did you learn? Let's go around quickly. Do we have a minute or two to say? Pass the microphone around. See, what did you learn today? Just pass it around. Just quickly say one or two things that you learned today in here. Just quickly, and then pass it to the next person.
I learned something to do the opening and make the conclusion or express more politely to ask a question or ask for the input.
Okay, great. All right, Hassan. Thank you very much.
Today's class, I learned a lot of the sentence can have the meeting more smoothly and how to control the meeting well. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
I think a meeting with the key is very important for agenda and to summarize the main point at the end of the meeting.
Okay, thank you.
I learned how to organize the meeting and how to come to a conclusion.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I learned in the future. I know how to use the repeat for meeting.
Okay, thank you.
During meeting, I think the short language is important. Would you please, do you mind something like
Maybe first, our thanks teacher and everyone
to let me practice this, how to practice meeting skill and learn many real skill and practicing here. And this is good opportunity.
Good. Arthur.
Okay, today I know how to coordinate the meeting and schedule the meeting time and arrange the resource. Thank you.
Today I learned how to negotiate in the meeting and how to refuse people softly or create win-win situations.
I learned different cultures between high context and low context countries. So in the future, if I have a chance to participate in multinational meetings, I'll always check with every country's representative.
Okay, I know how to well organize the meeting and use the proper phrases to hold the meeting.
Today I learned how to hold an effective meeting and how to prepare a topic in the meeting. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right, so everybody, do you have a few words that you'd like to say? Okay.
Let's thank you, Debbie, Fion, and Tracy. Let's give them a big clap. Okay, it's almost 6 o'clock. Thank you for your coming. And the only one thing I want to remind you is the follow-up session on May 13th. If you have any questions, I think you can contact me directly, or you can send emails to Beyond and Debbie. They will answer your questions if you have any progress during your discussion. And their emails are also in the workbook today, so you can find the emails.
Maybe get your team's information, so exchange if everybody doesn't have their information, so you guys can maybe, if you can get a chance to meet, that would be great. I know a lot of the other teams from before had already made plans to meet together to continue, because this empowers yourself for lifelong learning for you.
So this workbook is very useful tool. So hope you can keep this and
not only keep it, please use it.
Yeah,
use
use
the
it.
workbook. Yeah, using them more.
We'll see you again.
yes. So it's time for going home. So we should have a nice weekend. Thank you.
Right, yeah.
Hello.